everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in Cassey Ho's Fit Planner. Well, I must say, I am a big fan. This is the third journal I've purchased from her, and I absolutely love them. They are a great way just to organize your day and really keep your fitness and eating on track. So I'm going to start with the 2017 planner. It was the first one I ever bought, and it really still is my favorite. I mean, from a visual aspect, it's gorgeous. Every month has a beautiful floral layout. I mean, how can you not like to open up February and see this beautiful picture? And it's every month. She just did an excellent job. Colors are stunning. I mean, come on, that's gorgeous. Of course, this book did have its flaws. One of the main things was the cover. Beautiful flower detailing, but the problem is, after a while, all the numbers came off. So this is 2017, even though it just looks like year 2. But, you know, I really use and abuse these books. They are thrown in my briefcase, in my car. It's definitely gone flying around the floor a couple times. Structurally, it did hold up, but sadly, year came off. But other than that, this was a great book. If we move into 2018, Cassey really listened to her subscribers. What I love on her website, they actually read the reviews and they ask you for your opinion. So in this book, they really stepped it up. You can see here they have a great space. They gave you lots of room to put all of your food and water. Nice spot, you can track all your sleep. Big to-do list. And then my favorite spot was they made the workout section bigger. Before they had a little spot just up here under the sleep, and it was okay if you were just saying like, oh, I'm working abs today, oh, I'm working legs, but you really couldn't actually write down what you were doing. And even with my book, like, I take them to the gym, I write out my workout plan, and I really appreciate that they went so much bigger on that one. One thing I really didn't like this year, and I know a lot of people requested it, so if you did like this feature, I'm sorry, 2019, they did take it out, which I'm happy for, but it was this week at a glance planner, and it was all by times. I really didn't use it. I did not. This was just waste of paper to me, because when you are actually in the larger pages, the whole week is there in front of you. So I really didn't understand why they had to break it down by time. I guess if you preferred this method, great, but then you didn't actually have a spot to write any to-do list down. Really glad they took that out of the 2019 book. It was kind of just a nuisance, and it made the book a lot thicker. So not a fan of that part. Another thing that I really loved when they introduced the book was a habit tracker. So this is great if you want to, let's say, drink more water every day. So every month has a bunch of different trackers. Each day you just check them off. The only problem was they put it at the back of each month, and so I would honestly forget about this tracker until the end of the month. And again, going back to Cassey really listening to her viewership, I wrote in the comments and like, you know, please love the tracker, but move it to the front. Like, I'd love to use it, but I forget about it. Really glad also in 2019 that they moved that. The cover of this book, it did stand up a little bit better than the 2017 version. I still got a little bit of scratch. I don't know if you can see that there. It was originally all rose gold, and especially on the 8, you can see how it's scratched out. Not a big deal. Again, I'm really tough on these books. They travel everywhere with me. Suitcases, again, briefcase, like, they take a beating, so I'm not overly upset about that. It's just kind of it's the end of the year. It's December now, so this book has been through a lot. One thing when this book was shipped to me, I know it's probably not Blogilates' fault, but the corners were a little bit bent, and also My elastic on the back has a little bit of a tear. I honestly thought it was going to rip maybe a couple months into the year. Luckily, it didn't. That was just kind of thankful for that. I also kind of missed this year, which they had in the 2017 book, were inspirational messages from Cassey. I mean, she'd have quick little workout challenges, a personal letter to you, just kind of keeping you motivated throughout the year. Kind of missed that part. Hopefully they do bring it back in the 2019 book. I haven't looked that close yet. But that was just kind of a cute little feature. You really felt that Cassey put her heart into the book. And it was just kind of lacking in this past year's book. Really bashing on this book, but I really did love the 2018 book. Just another thing was like the graphics, they weren't as pretty. I mean, in 2017, this was February, and in 2018, this was February. And it's still cute. It was great. I preferred floral, but whatever. Anyway, now that you've been waiting for, let's get into the 2019 book. I haven't actually gone through all of it yet, but I just took a quick little peek. So far, it's surprisingly tiny. And honestly, when they sent it to me, I thought they forgot to put the book in. Like, I thought I got something else because it was so light. I mean, these books here, they're hefty. It's not a light book, but even when you look at the width difference, like, it's 2019, it's compact, it's small. So it's kind of interesting to see what they took out. Of course, page 1, always a beautiful little "this book belongs to." Don't lose it. And things that don't change, which I do kind of love. I probably should follow them a little bit more, is you start your new year off with some goals. So, describe yourself in 3 words. Describe what you want to be more of in 3 words. What do you want to accomplish this year? Short-term goal, long-term goal, wildest dream. It just kind of gets you thinking and brings you back to, not so much a New Year's resolution, but a just nice mantra for 2019. After you get through the intentions, you get to the habit tracker, and it's at the beginning of the month. Finally. Now, hopefully, I will use it, because also, when it's at the back of the month, you have this elastic here. You have to undo the elastic and lose the replace, so really appreciate it. Thank you, Cassey. You put it in the right spot. Really appreciate that one. Get to the month. You have your classic whole month, 30 days laid out. Easy. Love it. Don't need to change that one. Next, you flip to the entire week. Finally, thank you for taking out that extra week in there. I really didn't get it, and now we have a book so much more compact. There aren't any real changes to the week. That's still the same. If you're a first timer, like I said before, you're going to be able to track all of your water, your food, sleeping, nice big to-do list, and then your workouts. I'm really glad they didn't change that part. Even if they wanted to make the workout area bigger next year, that would be fine with me. But this works. This is great. So each week, kind of the same. Don't need to get too fancy there. And then you get to the end of the month. And every book, it's always had a nice little recap. So it just kind of brings you back and, what did I do well this month? What do I want to improve on? Just kind of keeps things in perspective, and then you always keep relating back to your annual goal. So it's really great just to keep you on track. And then finally, Cassey's words, they brought them back. Excited to read them. Can't wait. That's a nice little touch. It just kind of, that Cassey really did work on the book. It's not just mass produced. And then that is the month there. So let's flip to the back of the book. It's going to be pretty standard at like any of the other ones. You write down like all your biggest accomplishments. If you achieved all of your goals, and then you start setting some, oh, sorry, and then you do kind of more memories, like what adventures that I went on. That's a good one for me. Kind of excited for that. What do you want to improve on next year? And that's about it. Really excited to use this book. I think it's nice and pretty. It's simplified over last year. I think last year they just got too many things crammed in. But I'm glad it's lighter. I bet that was a lot of the comments, that the book was too heavy, especially if you're carrying like a shoulder bag. It's a hefty weight. Like, it weighs more than my computer. Now it's about the same. Liked my review. I kind of had fun making this book because I am so passionate about following Cassey on her journey, and obviously I use her planner every day. I highly recommend it. It is a little bit pricey. I purchased mine in Canada, and by the time you get it shipped, it's around $50 to $60, and it does take a couple weeks. Well worth it in my terms. I would do it again and again. I've already bought it 3 times. If you're looking for a quality planner and you are someone who wants to track their food, wants to track fitness, and really keep yourself motivated and organized, this is the book for you. I really recommend you give it a try. Don't wait too long to purchase it because it does sell out, and usually it comes off the market around January, February, because it's not going to sell later in the year. So if you are looking to try the book, pick it up as soon as possible. You won't be disappointed. Alright, so that's all for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it very much. Thank you. Bye.